So, first one I'm going to show off was an Instagram post from Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is a game that Vash and myself both quite enjoy, but they were showing off these stickers which are actually fucking sick from a company called 86th. I assume there's like a site or something you could go to check it out if you ever wanted to, but yeah, I just thought these were pretty fucking sick actually. And I wanted to make sure you all saw them. Nergigante, Lunastra, Teostra, Velkhana, Rathlos, Nargacuga, Zinogre, and Brachiolos. Ooh, my bro right there. Yeah, remember though, like I said, guys, there's a lot of Star Wars type stuff. So this one was actually dropped by our good friend Niji. He dropped this over in the Discord for us. Star Wars Jedi Survival. They just showed off what the size of the game is. 155 gigs for this shit. Okay, yeah, that was it. God damn. Like, the game looks like it's gonna be pretty good, and it looks like it looks pretty good, but Jesus Christ, 155 gigs. Games are getting like outrageously huge nowadays too. I don't even think I understand why. But yeah, so I guess if you're getting ready and you really want to play this game, make sure that you're gonna have some space, because you're gonna need space. Goodness. All right, so this one is pretty interesting. This is one of the ones I kind of saw the other day. I thought something was talking. Maybe it's just the song. I saw this one the other day, and then Cyclo was posting about both of them in the Discord as well. So apparently Monster Energy has decided that it wanted to start to file claims against Pokemon and Monster Hunter over the use of the word monster in their title, which seems wild. So I kind of read through this a little bit because I was like confused. I was like, well, wait, how are they able to do this? And so they were saying like the company usually comes down to the complaints usually come down to product confusion, with Monster arguing that the use of the word monster in titles could confuse their consumers, which is a whole bunch of shit. Nobody is going to confuse Monster Hunter or Pokemon with Monster Energy. And so it sounded like as well as so that what they're doing is they're filing these like complaints, and the JPO, which manages trademark and patent filings, I think in Japan, has routinely denied Monster's claims, but the company continues to file the complaints. I think that they're just trying to be a nuisance. That there's no other reason why they would keep doing this than to just keep on doing it, keep on doing it, and see if they can actually get to a point where like they can force people to force something to happen from this. It's dumb and funny. It is dumb and it is funny for like Pokemon and Monster Hunter, but the next little spoiler alert for the next news topic, they are going after a smaller company as well. And I know that they had gone after somebody else, and they had changed their name. They go on to say, however, it's unlikely that Monster's attempt to force a change in brand will impact either Pokemon or Monster Hunter, unless a major change in Japanese trademark law happens. So yeah, not like nothing like. All right, let me jump over to this other one real quick, and then we'll kind of come back. So Monsters was filing a lawsuit against an indie game over their title. So they are filing against a company or a game called Dark Deception Monster Immortals, which is like a small game. And the reason I'm like mad about this is because they're trying to go after a team that is going to be kind of worried about a bigger company coming after them. Yo, Lamberto, what's happening, dude? Someone got to it, man. You got to be here. You got to be first. What's happening, dude? How are you doing? But yeah, so they're like going after these smaller companies because they think like, yeah, we can bully them, which apparently they did to apparently Ubisoft, which is crazy because Ubisoft had a game that was coming out called Gods and Monsters, and they were able to bully them into changing it into Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is a game that I actually know of. I've never played it, but I know of it. And I just was like, holy shit. So as soon as I had saw this one, because this is the original one I saw, I thought, well, there's no way they would go after like a bigger company like Capcom or Pokemon for like one of their games. And then I found out, no, they have been, and they continuously do it all the time to like Monster Hunter and Pokemon. But like, you know, the JPO keeps on shutting them down and be like, this is absurd. No, this is absurd. No. So they're trying to like do all this. I don't understand exactly. I did see somebody made the argument that they're trying to like, if they can get one, they can set legal precedent. And then that opens up the floodgates for them to be able to sue whoever for it at that point. So nobody can let even one happen. Yeah, I'm doing good, Lamberto. Just disappointed that Monster Energy is out here trying to bully people. So I guess part of this too is they're saying like the font and everything kind of looks like Monster's font. It could be misconstrued. I just think this is bullshit. I hope it gets thrown out. I think I hope this team, whatever, Dark Deception, I hope that they stick through it and they don't budge. Because God, I would be so pissed if Monster is able to start bullying other companies into changing their names or their shit like that. It's stupid. I still can't believe they tried to go after Monster Hunter and Pokemon. Like, that's never gonna work. And they stupid for thinking it would. Let's move on. Sorry, we talked about that for a little longer than I expected. So I think it was just this last. Doesn't look similar to me at all apart from the name, but yeah, they're even just trying to say that the name is confusing. Like, even if you just have the name, that it's too confusing. That's how fucking stupid they are. So just this last weekend, I believe it was, the Mario movie came out. Sorry, hold on. The Super Mario Bros. Movie came out and apparently had a huge weekend. An estimated $368 million. It officially has the biggest worldwide opening ever for an animated film. Holy shit. That's some wild shit. I have not seen it. I've been seeing that it's been getting a lot of kind of mixed reviews. And I think a big part of that is people are kind of still under this idea that, like, oh, well, it says Mario in it. It's totally for me, a 20-something, 30-something-year-old guy, 40-something-year-old man. Like, no, this is made for kids first with the Mario title. You know, Nintendo's trying to kind of break into a younger audience and start to kind of like get into like the film stuff, like the movie stuff. And they're not going to do that with, you know, people who play the games who are like I said, 20, 30, 40 years old. So this is completely kid-centric. So I think if you go into it thinking, you know, knowing that, you know, maybe it'll be a more enjoyable time. I don't know. I plan to see it at some point. It'll probably be a little bit still, but at some point I'll check it out. I see this is kind of interesting. So it passed up Frozen 2's 358 million, that's pretty crazy. That's actually a decent amount of money. But it domestically couldn't quite top The Incredibles 2 at 180 million. That's pretty cool though. I think it looks interesting. I think it looks like a good time. But it's definitely you got to go into it understanding that it is a child's film. It is not a film made for adults. Okay, so now we're gonna start to get into, like I said, so I think the event is called D23. That just happened over this last weekend as well. So I think it's mostly a Disney thing, but mostly a Star Wars thing. So D23, hey, no, listen, I am 33. Shit, I had to try and remember. I'm 33. I plan to see this, man. I got no problems with that. I just think, you know, just know what you're getting into, you know. But yeah, so D23 happened over this last weekend, and there was a ton of Star Wars information. So now the news is turning pretty much straight to Star Wars. There may be a little give here and there, but this is a lot of D about to come in your face. I mean, hold on, don't take that out of context. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, dude. I heard only fantastic things about Last Wish. That it was just that's how, you know, people keep saying like that's how you should make kids films. Like it's really insightful, really smart, really fun, really funny. Like I'm excited to go through and watch it at some point. I just have not yet, but I've heard really, really good things. Okay, so the first one was so Ewan McGregor talked about really wanting an Obi-Wan season 2, but Lucasfilm not really ready for that just yet. So a lot of shows and a lot of movies and stuff kind of got announced and teased and stuff, but Obi-Wan season 2 not in the list. So Kathleen Kennedy, who, the Lucasfilm president, has a quote saying it's not in active development, which is kind of a running theme. Either something's in active development or is not in active development. But I'll never say never, because there's always the possibility. The show was so well received, and the director, Deborah Chow, did such a spectacular job. Ewan McGregor really wants to do another. Everybody's all hands on deck with what we're doing right now. And as you can see, what we showed everybody at the celebration, we'll turn our attention to that again, maybe down the road. For Peacock right now, I do not have Peacock. There's so many streaming services, man. It's so hard. Like, I only have like a handful of things, and I probably even more than I need. So, but yeah, I thought that I watched the Obi-Wan series. I thought it was fine. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. And if they decided they wanted to do a season 2, you know, that had nothing to do with kind of what they tied up in the first season, I think they could really do it, and it would be fun. But I think it would just have to separate itself from everything else at this point, because the first season was trying to tie up a lot of what was it, Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So it was trying to kind of bridge those two things. And I think they could just have a fun Obi-Wan series without it being, having to try and fit in there or tie two things together or anything. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get around and watch Puss in Boots though, man. I get it at some point. It just hasn't happened yet. So Taika Waititi, who is the director of Thor: Love and Thunder, and what was the other Thor before that? Man, I can't even remember. Ragnarok. So he is the director from those. He also has done some other films and stuff too. But he got picked to work on a Star Wars film, and mostly just kind of what they came out and was saying was they're still working on it. It has not been scrapped. Even though it wasn't shown at the celebration over the weekend. So Kathleen Kennedy, again, Lucasfilm president, said Taika is still working away on the film, and it's just taking a while because he doesn't want anyone else helping with the script. I don't know if that's a great idea, but he's writing the script himself. He doesn't really want to bring others into the process, and I don't blame him. He has a very, very unique voice, so we want to protect that, and that's what he's doing. But we're going to make that one day. Really struggle to watch Marvel films. Why do you say that, Lamberto? What is it that makes you struggle to watch? Struggle to watch them? Oh yeah, Casper. It's in the lineup. It's a little further down the news cycle because we're kind of going. I always try to put these in like oldest to newest. So newest will happen kind of towards the end of the news cycle. Oh, I got that trailer in here. I watched it once, but I'm excited to kind of engage with the headphones and everything because I kind of watched it on my phone at work, and it's not the perfect scenario for it. I'm ready for more. So yeah, a lot of this was like, cool. I'm just interested to see what Taika can do outside of Marvel, because he did the Thor Ragnarok, which was fantastic, and then he did Thor: Love and Thunder, which was not. And so he kind of, I've seen other films by him. I think he's a really good director. I think there may have been some other things going on with Love and Thunder that were not, publicly known. So I'm always ready to not just write a dude off after one film. So whether you like that film or not, I think he could still make a great film, but whether it be Star Wars or something else. So Rian Johnson, who these last three like Star Wars films, the last three trilogy Star Wars films, what was it? The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. I think that's all of them. So Rian Johnson was the director of The Last Jedi, which was the one in the middle, and then I think J.J. Abrams worked on the other two. People were kind of like, not. Hold on. Let me kind of roll this back. I was gonna say people were not really into The Last Jedi. That's not true. The Last Jedi was really, really split on how it was received by Star Wars fans. Like there was a lot of people who really, really loved the direction he was kind of taking everything. And there was a lot of people who really, really hated the direction he was taking it. And right around that same time, Star Wars or Lucasfilm at that time kind of was saying they were going to give him like a handful of movies, like a trilogy of movies, I think. And yeah, that movie didn't do too well, and I haven't really heard anything else about his trilogy until the other day, where they said Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy not actively in development right now. Too many jokes didn't hit home. Yeah, exactly, Casper. I felt like the problem with that one was it was just okay. It wasn't terrible, wasn't anything like that, but it was it was too many jokes just always flying at your face. They were just always trying to make jokes. I'm kind of hoping Marvel hits a renaissance where they want to like try and go back to being a little bit more serious. Like, I don't mind a little joke, a little quip, a little something here and there, but they need to try and stop being the trying to be the funny ones. They can be, they can be serious when they need to be serious. That's what they need to do. But just being oh my God, it's just joke after joke after joke after joke. It just doesn't work. Yeah, I think a lot of early Marvel was good. I think they just man, they took a turn somewhere in there, and it went off the rails, and it's not good. I'll still watch me some Marvel stuff, but it is not to the level it should be. I have to go back and watch some early films like Iron Man 1, see how it holds up. I have not gone back and watched it in a long time. So I'm gonna jump back over to our news topic here. Last Jedi director Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is not actively in development, per Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. Ryan and I talk all the time. He's unbelievably busy, Kathleen says. So we're not actively involved in anything at the moment because he's doing another one of the Glass Onion movies. Oh, cool. I will say that. So Rian Johnson did the Knives Out movie, Knives Out, and then the sequel, which was Glass Onion. And both of those films were great. So the dude can direct some movies. He's just, I don't know. Maybe just not Star Wars films. He's doing another one of those Glass Onion movies, and then God knows what else. But we really want him to step back into the space. It's a big commitment of time, so that's really on him. Maybe they could try and like do like just a film instead of trying to do a whole fucking trilogy. I giggled at the movie, but that's because I couldn't believe they said that joke. Like all the jokes that they were doing. So yeah, listen, I don't know. We'll see if this actually ends up ever happening, or if he does get a Star Wars film or not. But as of right now, not actively in development. Ooh, a little Star Wars break, guys. I don't know if anybody ever played Pikmin. I've never played any of the Pikmin games. I've actually really wanted to. I didn't even realize this until I saw this article the other day, that Pikmin 4 is up for pre-order. I didn't even know there was a Pikmin 4 coming out. A few times as well, bro. Same. I saw that movie twice in theaters too. So I saw it once. Me and my girlfriend saw it on opening day, and then I went and saw it with Vash and a buddy of ours. I saw it a second time. The second time was okay because I kind of knew the jokes were coming, but it was still just wild. Pikmin 4 is set to release on July 21st. Interesting. Exploring a strange planet and introduces several new elements, including ice Pikmin, which that's cool. It's this guy right here, and a roly-poly dog named Otachi. Otachi. Ochi. Maybe it's Oshi, which is this guy right here. That's cool though. I'm excited. I'll have to. Well, yeah. Let's try and find us a trailer. Pikmin 4. I don't know if this is a trailer or not. Let's see. It might be more than just a trailer. It might be kind of showing off a decent amount. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck is that? Like I said, I've never played any of the Pikmin games, but they always look great. And this is not the original person, right? Olimar? Oh my god. Because then you use the Pikmin to like help you with stuff, I think, too. So you have to like, go find them, and then you gotta like use them for things to help you out with like doing things. Oh, there's the ice Pikmin. That's cool. I see. Oh, damn, that dog be tough. Oh my god. Interesting. Nice, Ochi. Damn. Look at this boss fight. That sphincter. Yeah, they are like really cute games. They're not anything usually super crazy. They're just little cute games. I was gonna say, is there something else? Something else we're waiting for? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's aliens. So yeah, I thought that was cool. I just didn't realize it was coming out. Apparently this aired a little, couple of months back or whatever on Nintendo Direct or whatever. I just didn't realize. And I know these games are super cute. Like I said, I was kind of interested in playing one. Maybe 4 might be the way to go on the Switch. Okay, cool. So I saw this too. This had me cracking up. Apparently, because the Super Mario Bros. Movie just came out, this weekend, like I said, there was an original in 1993 that was just a goofy, kind of weird. Didn't feel like it had really much to do with Mario at all. It was just a weird film. But apparently with that movie, with the new movie coming out, the new Mario movie coming out, the original 1993 film soared up Amazon's bestseller charts. That is wild. When people criticize movies based on video games, they often point to 1993's Super Mario Bros. Movie. With many calling it the worst adaptation ever made. However, it seems the new Super Mario Bros. Movie premiere is sparking a resurgence for its 1993 predecessor, even if it's widely disliked. Apparently, the movie is sitting at Amazon's bestsellers in movie and TV's list. The 1993 live-action movie follows the iconic Mario and Luigi on a journey to rescue Princess Daisy from parallel universe. Viewers criticize its plot and deviation from its source material, but for these same reasons, the movie later earned a cult following. The movie is very strange. I saw it like a long while ago. It's super strange. It's all like humanoid characters for the most part. Like Bowser's some kind of like human dude. It's very different. But I guess, you know, there's definitely a cult following for whatever reason. 2021 extended cut, we gave it a 6 out of 10 and said it's too narratively disjointed and tonal dissonance to qualify as good, but it so proudly brandishes its bonkers go for broke aesthetic. Bob Hoskins, who played Mario in the movie, called it the worst thing I ever did. Shit. A different opinion about it. I don't even blame you for that, though. Like I said, I saw it kind of as a young guy, a young kid, but I do not. I immediately was like, this is weird. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the new Mario is gonna be much better than that one, but you know, I don't know. It just was funny that the 1993 film has been climbing Amazon's bestseller charts because of the new one coming out, and I almost wondered if that's because people were like, oh, there's the Mario movies on Amazon, I'm just gonna order it now then, not realizing that it's the 1993 film. I don't know. All right, you guys have had enough time away from Star Wars. Let's get back to the Star Wars. This is gonna be a little bit spoilery for the Mandalorian. Not super spoilery. There's not been anything super crazy going on this season yet. As far as like, I think like previous seasons have had specific things, and I won't even scroll down in this. We're just gonna kind of go over this main topic real quick, and then kind of we'll move on pretty quickly. We don't need to sit here too long on this one. But the producer for The Mandalorian has confirmed that Din Djarin is no longer the only main character. For a lot of people, they might think, Grogu is probably the other main character. Maybe not. I just thought this was interesting because if you've been watching, there's definitely been kind of a shift without it actually being, you know, said. So it's definitely taking a shift now that could that I think it's just interesting that the producer is now kind of like, yep, that's kind of what we're going for. So that's pretty cool. I have no problems with it. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of see how it goes. You know, I think some people were kind of like, it's whatever. I really liked it, and I'm kind of less interested now, but I still enjoy it. I'm excited to see what ends up happening with it. So, like I said, no need to hang on this one too long, though. So this one was kind of interesting to me. So Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm president, she keeps on coming back up, has said that the Lando Calrissian series is definitely still happening. So at the beginning of the stream, I was kind of talking to my buddy, you know, in chat or whatever. We were saying, I was talking about Atlanta and Donald Glover, who played Lando Calrissian in the Solo film, and which was fine. You know, I don't think that film was great or bad or anything like that, but so it kind of was like, well, maybe they'll do something with that, and it sounded like they were going to make a show, and then they were kind of like, nobody kind of knew what was happening, but it sounds like, yeah, they're still a go. They are really milking the franchise dry. The Star Wars franchise? What you mean? That's what they do, man. Kennedy revealed that the long dormant show, probably starring Donald Glover, is still happening, though didn't share much as to when we might see more. This all kind of excuse me. So this is kind of like what I was thinking of. So when I was watching the interview with Donald Glover the other day, he was kind of like going over like a lot of his like stuff that he's done, because I think he was in Community. He was Lando Calrissian. He was in Atlanta, and then he was, you know, some of his music career. He's talking about some of that stuff. And he kind of said something about like that he was like, yeah, you know, I would love to do that, you know, be Lando again. And he said something like, well, Kathleen Kennedy, you know, yeah, you know, she would come get me or something. Oh my gosh, yeah, even right here, the actor who is expected to reprise his role as Lando said earlier this month that he and Lucasfilms were talking about the show. He jokingly said he couldn't say more without Kathleen Kennedy hunting me down. Yeah, so there's definitely, sounds like there's some precedent for him to get back into it. It'd be cool. It'd be interesting. I like Donald Glover a lot, so couldn't get into Star Wars. Tried, but I couldn't. I can get that though. It's definitely a childhood nostalgia thing for me. It's not like one of those things that I love. Like, I know there's like people who really, really, really love Star Wars. Like, that's their thing. And I was like, oh yeah, I enjoy Star Wars. I don't love it. You know, I don't know everything about it, but I'm okay with it. But this is, you know, unfortunately, for anybody who doesn't like Star Wars, this news is Star Wars heavy. Because this is what came up over the weekend, you know, and I can't not talk about it. Y'all gotta know what's happening. Star Trek and Wars. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it breaks down. You know, usually it's that, you know, it's Star Trek, Star Wars, or, you know, some people have like another one or two different things, but there's always kind of like, people are kind of like in one of those two groups, or maybe two of them, or something like that. It's definitely, you know, and some people love it all. So I mean, whatever. It's whatever you like is awesome. I promise. There's no right or wrong, of course, and things like this. But Star Wars is just one of the ones that I know, and it still kind of has, you know, I think the thing with Star Wars is nothing against Star Trek, but Star Wars has Disney behind it, and that doesn't make it good or bad. That just means that Disney's gonna push so much shit into this. Where Star Trek is just kind of, they don't have the same backing right now. They have like a lot of good shows, I think, right now. You know, not a lot of good movies, because I don't think they're really making movies right now. But there's a lot of that stuff. So I feel like, you know, I don't know. I was gonna say like, you know, that's why, but I think Star Trek's still doing pretty well. So I take it back. Space fantasy, yeah. I think somebody, I might have been actually the director of Star Wars, said like that Star Wars is like a space opera. So Star Trek is definitely more sci-fi. Let's move on. Okay, so this is, I think the next couple of these are going to be like stuff that they specifically announced at the D23 or whatever, the celebration they keep calling it, the Star Wars celebration. So Star Wars finally looks to Old Republic as James Mangold confirms movie about Force, Dawn of the Force. So James Mangold, I forget what he directed before, and then I'll go into his stuff. What was his, he had like a couple of like really big films. James Mangold. So he did, yeah, okay, I see. He did Logan, Ford vs Ferrari, apparently he did the Wolverine, which I didn't never see the Wolverine, but I don't think it was particularly good. He did. I was trying to see if there's some other ones in here that I would know. The Greatest Showman. It was a decent film. 3:10 to Yuma. Walk the Line. There's a couple of good films in here. But he did, like I said, he did Logan, which was a really good film. And then he also did the new Indiana Jones film. So we'll see about that. But he's getting a Star Wars film, which is apparently going to be about the dawn of the Force. So kind of like the very beginning of all the like the first Jedi stuff. Which I thought was pretty cool. I see, and this is like I was just trying to see what all these were. So they're just making like a big like timeline of all like the different Star Wars eras, and I guess people were just excited that the Old Republic is kind of canon again. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what this ends up turning out to be. They mostly just didn't really say anything, like anything specific, just like I said, that it's about the dawn of the Force and like the first Jedi and stuff like that, which could be really cool. I don't know. This was kind of strange to me. So like I was saying, the newest trilogy that just happened had Daisy Ridley in it as Rey, and so the movies were like okay received, not super great. But they just announced that she's going to be returning for another Star Wars film set after Rise of Skywalker. What was it? 15 years. I don't know about this. This is one of the ones that I was like, yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, those films were not super well received, and maybe they think they can kind of do something to kind of expand it out to make it like make sense. But I felt like, I don't know if I care about this. So they have Ridley starring as a Jedi Master rebuilding the Jedi Order. Whoa, what's happening, Ron? What's going on, dude? Dude, we've been talking so much Star Wars. You better get your nerdy self in here, man. I need someone to stick up for something here. Cause bro, I'm out here talking shit about Rey and how much I don't think I care. Quit Mandalorian already? Really? That's too bad, man. I think Mandalorian is going to be really good. Still, I think they're just switching directions a little bit to kind of focus on some other things that could be really interesting. Not super switching, because one of the articles I brought up earlier was just saying that that they're definitely trying to push Mandalorian to be not just about Din Djarin, but other things as well now. The writing seems to be declining. I can understand that, but I think they're trying to set up some other things. We'll see. But yeah, so I guess if you guys are all really excited for a Daisy Ridley film, she'll be back. Space Western Vibe from season 1. That is super fair. That is what the explosive popularity of Grogu would do. It'll make it be like, we gotta figure something else. Skeleton Crew gets its first reveal at Star Wars Celebration, but no release date. So this one seemed kind of strange. I think it's like a Star Wars children's show. I was wondering if they had like some information about it. Maybe not. And man, do I love a Western. That's fair, man. I'm not even upset about that. Oh yeah, this was one of the big things. So various sources, we also learned through various sources that it's wrapped filming and has an episode directed by the Daniels, who is the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once. So there's like some interesting things here, but it's like, oh yeah, it's also got John Watts, who is who did all the Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man films recently. So it seems like it could be like a kiddie type show, but not super kiddie. Could be really, really interesting. I don't know what it's about. Apparently it's scheduled for sometime in 2023 though. On Secret Invasion, Loki, Ziggy, season 2. Yeah, that's fair. What is Ziggy? Damn, autocorrect. I don't know what Ziggy is. I was just like, oh, Ziggy, okay, man. But Secret Invasion is gonna be really good, and Loki will be really good, I think. Oh, excuse me, I need to. Whew. So yeah, I don't know. Skeleton Crew. I need a break from. You think so, man? I mean, I can get it. Listen, all these big companies are just, you know, they're just pumping stuff out right now. So, another Star Wars show that was kind of revealed was The Accolades. Apparently the director says that is Frozen meets Kill Bill, which seems real weird. What was this one? I don't remember anything about this one. Director said, I wanted to delve into Star Wars universe and tell the story of the entire world that I love so much from the perspective of the bad guys. Oh, okay, so this is like a bad guys thing. What I pitched to Kathleen Kennedy was Frozen meets Kill Bill. Shockingly, she didn't kick me out of the building. This is when the bad guys are outnumbered. They are the underdogs. I'm really excited for you guys to see something you haven't seen in live action yet. I mean, kind of interesting. I think it could be really cool. I heard that with the teaser that people got to see, that people were like that the fighting and stuff looked really good. So it could be pretty interesting. I don't know. The Accolades. John Wick 4 is actually a pretty cool movie. I feel like all the John Wick movies have hit. I think I only ever saw John Wick 1 still, but I always heard like good things about 2, 3, and now 4. So I'm not in the same boat with superheroes movies or TV shows. Yeah, fair. Like I said, I'm kind of the same way, Casper. I kind of did the same thing with Walking Dead for a long time. Like I watched a lot of Walking Dead for like a long time. I there was just a certain point where I got to and I jumped. And I think that could be the same thing. Like I'm enjoying like a lot of the Star Wars stuff. I'm enjoying a lot of the Marvel stuff, but there could be a point where I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. Kind of like how Ron's feeling, where he's like, yeah, Mandalorian, I'm out. Yeah, I talked about that last week, Ron. I don't give a shit about that. Season 6 of The Walking Dead. I don't even remember where I was at, but I did not see the end of it, so. Oh, maybe you'll like this one, Ron. They talked about Andor Season 2 getting an August 2024 release window, which kind of sucks, but I'm also super happy that the guy who is helming this is like, yeah, we want a year to film it and we want a year to get it all done. So not anything super crazy. I think, like I don't think that they're starting to shoot in November. So, we started shooting in November. So they did it in November. And so they're about halfway. And then we'll finish in August, spend another year on post. And then I suppose we'll come out on the following August. All right, cool. Yeah, I was glad that they're taking their time on it. I would rather them just take their time, because if you guys never saw Andor, the first season is great. It's really, really good. I think it's some of the best Star Wars stuff that's just came out in a long time, if ever. So I also really, really liked Rogue One, so it's kind of just taking, some points off of that as well. So I thought, I don't know, yeah. A Man Called Otto, really good one with Tom Hanks. Oh, nice. I'll have to keep that in mind. Casper, thank you so much for the recommendation, dude. Cool. We got 3 trailers to watch, and then we're gonna throw it over to the sports section. See, that wasn't too bad. We had a lot of news this week, and we flew through it actually pretty quick. Just over an hour right now. Not bad at all. So this is for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I've seen all the other Indiana Jones except for Crystal Skull. I never saw Crystal Skull. I heard shit about it. But this Indiana Jones kind of looked pretty decent, so I was kind of interested. I haven't watched this trailer yet, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see if it's actually going to be interesting or not. I don't know. Let's fucking see though.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy? Don't move.
We need to get out of here. Stop! Sorry.
Helena! Dr. Jones, get him. Hitler made mistakes, and with this, I will correct them all. You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
This way!
Fasten your seatbelt. There might be some turbulence.
You've taken your chances, made your mistakes. And now a final triumph.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones! A few times in my life, I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times, including once by your father. Sorry! But I've been looking for this all my life.
All right. Okay. I mean, all right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, this looks pretty decent actually. It feels like it's in the spirit of the original. Listen, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like they had a really good cast. What is my guy's name here? Mads Mikkelsen playing kind of looks like the main bad guy. So I don't know. It looks like it'd be pretty good. only 3 Indiana Jones were me. I mean, listen, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, look, this doesn't look that bad. It looks like it could be okay. We'll see. I'm not saying it is. I don't know what it is. It looks okay. The first like trailer thing that I had seen before, I was like, oh yeah, it doesn't look too bad. This one just kind of still seems like it's kind of got a lot of that same spirit. It may not in the final film. We'll see. I don't know, man. I don't know. Nuggets won the West on a day off. Hey, that's awesome though, Casper. There is 2 play-in games tonight. I think I don't know if, I'm sure they're already started. We'll check in on them when we throw over to sports though, of course. Okay, on to the next one. This is a Star Wars teaser for a show called Ahsoka. If you guys never saw Rebels, which is a Star Wars film, there is a character named Ahsoka in that, and they are going to be doing a full live action show for her then. I think she showed up in last season of The Mandalorian, I think so.
Something's coming. Something dark. I sense it.
This is a new beginning. For some, war. For others, power.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers about Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't care what Ron says. Hell yeah. This show looks sick. 2 movies in June to watch? Gonna pass on that one? Understand, Casper. Across the Spider-Verse and The Flash. I got you, man. I got you. Listen, I think Ahsoka looks fantastic. Filoni, I think, is doing a great job, Ron. I think you just a hater, my dude. And I do not know who is playing Sabine Wren. Hey, Plenty, what's happening? Yeah, we are definitely getting some Thrawn. We're definitely getting Thrawn. I think we might be getting Thrawn sooner than everybody thinks. I don't hate Ahsoka. I don't know, man. You seem like you hating a lot of things. You just a hater. Looking forward, in fact. So who's playing Sabine is a lady named Natasha Bordizzo. I saw that Hera is being played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which is actually super exciting. I like her a lot. So Jedi Survivor, cool, bro. Did you see that Jedi? The Jedi game is gonna be 155 gigs, my dude. 155 gigs. 155 gigs, my dude. That's too many gigs. So, yeah, like I said, I think from what I've understood, listen, I don't know anything. I'm just saying, I've heard that Thrawn may be coming back before Ahsoka. You may see him before Ahsoka. That's like 2-hour download max. Sure it is. That's Lamberto. Yeah, come on, man. That's a huge download. Got my console ready. I hope so, dude. TMNT Blue Beetle. TMNT is gonna be sick, dude. That film looks awesome. But where do I put it? Lamberto, I'll show you where to put it, bro. Okay. I got one more news story, and then we're gonna throw it over to the news section. This one is for my man's Casper right here, my dude. I told you I had it in here. I told you I did, man. It looks janky. Listen, I thought the same thing, Ron. But listen, I never read or Blue Beetle or anything, so I don't know. I'm not the person to judge Blue Beetle, so I'm not gonna. So today, as of today, just this morning, Marvel dropped the teaser trailer for the Marvels, which is Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, and they're going to be teaming up in this. So I think without further ado, I think we should get into this one.
Captain Rambo? What the hell are you doing?
Get out of here, subtitles.
Jump point perimeter. I'm gonna get you some readings, Fury. Hello? Monica. Hello?
Captain Rambo?
Is this an Avengers test?
Where's Captain Rambo?
What the? Hi.
We're looking for Kamala Khan.
Okay, so our powers are entangled. I can manipulate light energy. And you...
I could totally show you.
Not again!
Hi.
Where's our daughter?
Wherever you were.
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
I think this looks great. Maybe it's just me, but I think this looks like a lot of fun. I super loved Miss Marvel. I loved that show. I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't take it too seriously, but I really liked that show. Yeah, Photon is gonna be super cool. Captain Marvel, I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. She's there, whatever. But the rest of those I think is gonna be fun. And yeah, Beastie Boys, come on, that's a great song to be thrown in there. What's going on, Lamberto? What's happening, buddy? You seem to be having an existential crisis over there. But yeah, I thought this is cool. You just liked the Flurkin. I do like the Flurkin, bro. And it looked like there was a whole bunch more in there too, because they have Goose in there, but I think they had a whole bunch more too. That team joke at the end ruined it. I mean, listen, whatever. It's Marvel. They're gonna have some stupid ass jokes, but I think the idea was cool that if someone uses their power, they kind of switch places, and they kind of showed like right at the end of that trailer where like one person like came up and was like hitting them with their powers, and it switched the person over to another. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It's a cool idea. I'm not saying it's gonna be a good film. Just it got me hyped for the movie, which I didn't really have too much hype for. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I just, like I said, I'm not a huge Captain Marvel person, but I think the other two people could be great. Like I said, Miss Marvel was really fun. Next gen superheroes. Oh my gosh. I mean, I get it. I wouldn't be super interested in it just being like, because everybody talks about like that they're trying to build the Young Avengers, and I hope that's not the case. Because I don't give a shit about watching a movie with a bunch of kids in it. But I think it would be cool if it was like more stuff like this, where it's like, hey, we're kind of teaming up with the other people or whatever, and you're kind of bringing them in. I don't know. If you're Marvel, you got to start to make plans for like beyond like what you have right now. You have to kind of bring in these other people. This sidekick spiel is kind of corny. I mean, listen, whatever, man. What do you expect? There's a certain point where like, yeah, like Marvel's done like what, 30 some films and a whole bunch of TV shows. Like there's only so much that they can do. I'm not trying to sit here and defend them, but like, I mean, you just got to know what it is at a certain point, right? I think we'd all you either accept it or you don't. I mean, right? I'm just kind of still on the bandwagon. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll watch it. I'll see it. I'm all about it. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's not gonna. They're definitely still gonna be Marvel, right? They're still gonna have stupid ass jokes and stuff in there. Like that's not changing. Both Marvel and DC. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I'm more open to seeing how DC kind of goes forward. We'll see. I'm not super sold on DC. Although I really did like the new Batman film, so I did like that a lot. All right, guys. I've heard enough of you guys' shit about Star Wars, about superheroes, about everything. I'm ready to move on. So I'm gonna get into some territory that nearly none of y'all are gonna be able to talk to me about, and that's sports. Good one in there. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. So cool. This one's not necessarily as a bigger update as we've been doing. Oh, well, I mean, even the other ones weren't big updates, but so the one thing I was gonna just kind of point out. So I think I said this last week too. Cavs secured the 4th spot. No surprises there. Nothing against that or anything. But they start their first game of the playoffs. So the playoffs are the best of 7. So the first team to win 4 games moves on to the next round. If you do not, you leave. You're done. You don't get to go. You don't get to keep going. And I'll show off I can show off like the bracket system if anybody's interested. But the Cavs play their first game, the first of potentially 7 on Saturday. But there is 2 games that are being played today. Oh, they're not until later. Or is this just not updated? I think it's just not updated. Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 games tonight. Both of these are win or go home, I believe, for the most part. So the Hawks and the Heat are playing, which the Hawks are just destroying the Heat right now. And then the Timberwolves and the Lakers are playing a little later. So playoff bracket. So has this got the actual thing? Yeah, so it's these two teams play each other, and the first team to win 4 games moves on. Same thing with each one of these all the way, and then you play against this team, and then this team. You know, these two teams play each other, and then the winner of this two go here, the winner of these two go here, and then they play each other, and then the winner of these two go here. And so the same thing for this side. The winner of the winner of this one goes here, winner here, so on, so forth, and then these two teams will play each other for the championship. So pretty cool. The Cavs, you know, they have a ways to go, but they are in it right now, which is more than they've been, you know, a little while. So Heat versus Hawk game. It looks like it's not a very close game though, so I mean that might be fine. Here's the only thing I'm all about is I'm all about seeing LA get hooped out of here. I don't give a shit about them. Okay, and then the last thing is we have Survivor update. So last week, Josh, my dude Josh, just kidding, I didn't give a shit about Josh got voted out. That dude was a snake. But he got voted out. Who was the guy that I'm bringing? I think Carson. I think Carson is the guy that I took. If you guys didn't know, my girlfriend and I, every year that we watch Survivor, we at the beginning of the season, you have to choose. We each choose a person, and you stick with that person until they either get voted out or they win. If they get voted out, you take a tally, and then you got to choose a person by the end of the vote or before the vote the next episode. And so I chose Sarah a couple weeks, you know, the first week. She got voted out a couple weeks ago, so I've taken Carson. My girlfriend took Franny, and Franny is still in, so I have 1 tally right now. So I got 1 strike against me, and then just whoever at the end has the least amount of strikes, you know, wins. There's nothing to win or anything like that. Just kind of, you know, for fun. Keeps it kind of interesting, especially if your person is like getting talked about, getting voted out that week and stuff. It gives you that little extra like, oh shit, my person's gonna get voted out, and then I gotta choose another person. I gotta figure out another person, which is what happened to me the other week. And then I had to find Carson. So I got everything riding on Carson Garrett. Fingies crossed, guys. Fingies crossed. Cool. I guess with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the news. It was a lot of news this week, so that we can jump over into some BioShock. Lots of Star Wars. Lots of Disney D coming your way. Well, that already did come your way. Yeah, like I said, with that, let's wrap it up.